Hi, here we go. So I've just spent the last two hours, three hours, trying to set up the lighting and the camera and the microphone so that we get the best of all of it. And it was a lot. It was a lot. So I'm feeling a little bit frazzled now. Plus, my air conditioning is not working, so they're coming to fix it. But I thought I'd take a quick moment to duck in here and tell you what's going on. Most of you folks are in the Patreon group, and you might have seen whispers that I'm getting my mojo back and I've started writing again and so on and so forth. It's all true. It is all true. So there was talk of me writing scripts, and I was going to do some like Doctor Who fanfic stuff. Maybe I shouldn't tell you this because I'm not going to do that anymore. I mean, I could probably still do something like that and just not publish it. But I got inspired recently, and I don't know whether this is partly because you guys were teasing me about not knowing about trolls being fae and stuff. By the way, I got that clip.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wouldn't know what that was, but she's cool. I like her a lot. So
they're basically an elf from the Fae realm. That's her summer image.
You mean like a hybrid?
She's a full elf. Like, she's more elf than regular elves, basically. Like, because elves came from the Fae realm.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were different.
Yep, that's like the purest form of elf is the Eladrin.
The purest form of elf is the Elegrin.
Eladrin, yeah.
Eladrin. Okay. And elves evolved from... Hang on. Elves evolved from the Fae.
Yeah.
But the elves are like the tall ones.
Yep, with the pointy ears. The Fae...
Miniature.
No, the Fae come in all sorts of sizes. When you think of the Fae, think of like your nursery rhyme creatures, your giants, your trolls, the queens of the seasons.
They're all Fae.
Yeah, pixies and fairies. Yeah.
Trolls.
Yeah.
Trolls
the Pied Piper. Who else am I missing? The Wolf and the Pig. Basically everything you've seen in a Disney movie is all Fae realm stuff.
Whoa. Okay. Sorry. Mermaids too. Yeah. Russell saying, I'm watching. I've got one eye on your chat, Russell. It was working really well. I'm getting the without having to interrupt Blue. Okay. So it doesn't refer to a singular species. The Fae just describes creatures from around. Okay. This is mind blowing, but it's all starting to make a little bit of sense. Go ahead. What were you going to say? Didn't take long to blow a mind this time. Yeah, just start talking about faes and elves and like turn my whole worldview upside down. But this is kind of cool. I mean, I live for these moments, so this is awesome.
It was on my mind to think about doing urban fantasy. So, you know, that I've dabbled in that and cozy mystery and stuff under a different pen name. You know also that I'm a fan of the Dresden File. And so I've got a lot to say about that at some point. That's like my comfort series. You know how you have that one thing or maybe like 100 things that you go to, like Star Trek Next Generation, you know, whatever. Like we all have these kind of series that we love so much, and that like the world is comfortable and awesome and you just want to live in that. And that's what it's like when you're writing a world as well. So I figured that I might write my own urban fantasy world. And I mean, there are a lot of reasons why Dresden is so cool. And I will expand on that. I mean, you guys already know if you've listened to Dresden. And I say listen because like a big chunk of the magic is having James Masters narrate it, she says. I think I want to write something like Dresden. And so it's already started. I've started doing research. You might have seen me ask for recommendations for fantasy stuff. So you guys gave me like the layout of fantasy with like the fantasy, and then we've got urban fantasy down here. And they're very different. And then I've read a lot of lit RPG that goes into like D&D kind of storytelling realm stuff, which is fine. It's okay. I like it enough, but I think urban fantasy is where it's at for me. So I'm excited. I've also been doing some research into like lots of different series in urban fantasy, like particularly around wizardy stuff. So I think we're kind of narrowing down that we're going to do like a wizardy kind of thing. Been looking at film noir as well. I will talk more about that. Yeah, I think that's the direction that we're heading. So if this is your bag, even if it's not, you might want to like stay tuned. What I'm planning to do, see, this is the other thing that I'm hoping is interesting. Excuse me while I readjust myself. I was slipping off my stool. I will get used to this talking to camera thing eventually. So what I'm thinking of doing is talking you through my process. Now, the other thing is, as some of you already know, like trying to churn out a book a month for KDP is a nightmare. I mean, it leads to a certain type of writing, which is fine, and it's very pulpy, which is fine. It's a genre in itself, right? And other people call it like genre fiction. That's fine. In terms of like all of us burn out doing it. And so I'm not going to do it like that. I might do similar to what I did with Karma One. I might like write three or four books to begin with and then launch them and see how that goes. But anyway, I'm going to take my time a lot more, even in writing those first 3 books. And I'm going to walk you through my process. And hopefully some of that will be interesting. You're probably going to tell me whether it is or not. Some of it, I've noticed, like, as I'm taking notes, like, I always have so much to say about every little thing. And like, I don't know, I've become one of those people that's got like a deep writing philosophy around stuff. I used to laugh at those people, but like, I don't know. I still have problems saying, oh yeah, I'm a writer. I don't tell anyone. Like, even when it comes to like picking characters and character dynamics and stuff like that, I'm like, oh my God, I've got so much to say. I think it's more of an expert. I think part of it is going to be like me just getting it out so that it's like not in my brain anymore. Well, it'll probably still be there. But you know, like as a way of process stuff rather than letting it rattle around. And, you know, maybe you might find it interesting. I remember from a lot of the author notes. So for those who haven't read my books already, I always put author notes in, which is generally like a stream of consciousness or like a journal. Shit that's gone down while I've been writing. So sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's, you know, little anecdotes or skits of stuff. Sometimes, you know, we used to just like have whole Slack conversations like copied and pasted because funny stuff was being said. But I would often use the author notes in order to talk a little bit about what was going through my head when I was figuring stuff out for the writing process. So this is some ways like an extension of the author notes, and in some ways it's something completely new. So anyway, that's what's going on. I'm gonna post this for you guys, and hopefully you can like comment below and give me some feedback. I'm gonna post again soon. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye. Can't remember the key. I think it's okay. How do I do this? Alt R. Alt R.